Sukhinder Singh Cassidy has a message. If you're investing in companies that are run predominantly by men, you aren't getting your money's worth.
There's a lot of research that talks about the improvement of business performance when you have women either in the executive leadership team or in fact on board. So Catalyst has a great study that's often quoted that talks about an increase in 52% in return on equity for companies that have women on their board.
The founder
She would know. An investment banker turned digital expert, Cassidy is a 20-year veteran of Silicon Valley. After climbing the senior ranks at tech giants like Google and Amazon, she served on various corporate boards and is now the CEO of her own video shopping site, Joyous.
A cashmere cardi.
She says women are crucial to the long-term success of companies.
We know that women leaders in general have a different leadership style. So when you think about the diversity of style and voice in that boardroom as an influencer, as a collaborator, in many of these boards, the buying power, the purchasing power of their end customer is often a female. So having that point of view represented in the room is often the other reason that gender adds to the conversation.
To close the gender gap at the management level, Cassidy launched an online database of board-qualified women called theBoardList.
Is it hard to find qualified women to be on boards? This is what we've heard traditionally. Is that actually true?
Well, of course, the board list, we believe that that is a myth that stands in the way of boardroom gender diversity to a large extent and is in fact not true. We turn to leaders in the tech community, sitting CEOs, senior executives, men and women equally, and VCs. And we said, do you know great women qualified to serve on boards, early stage to late stage? And they all unanimously said yes. And we said, okay, whether it's 1, whether it's 3, whether it's 10, nominate them. And here we are today, less than 9 months later, with 1,100 qualified female leaders who've been identified, right, by a crowdsourced community of leaders.
Do you feel that we're at a tipping point now with this issue?
Yes. Definitely.
Why do you think that? Because I hear that from almost everyone we talk to.
Yeah, so it's a great question. So I've been in the Valley for almost 20 years. And when I started, I was the only woman in my boardroom. I was one of very few female founders. So I think it's become a hot topic, and we're at a tipping point as a result for a number of reasons. Number one, and this is not to be overlooked, we are in a talent war in Silicon Valley and everywhere. So the minute that you are in a talent shortage scenario and qualified talent scenario, people start to look to harnessing 100% of the available talent, right? You no longer have any choice.